When it comes down to doing content creation, editing videos can be one of the most tiring tasks. As a matter of fact, research says about 65% of the entire creation process is spent on editing one's video. Today I'll be sharing some key video editing techniques that I've picked up over the last decade that's allowed me to edit my videos 5 times faster. So before we dive into any of like the editing and the editors and everything, I want to give you guys my format to editing videos. And it goes like this: media, cutting, and creativity. It's important that I divide them all into 3 because if I don't, I try to do all 3 in one. Meaning I'll do all 3 of these processes for just my intro, and it takes me like 2 hours to do my intro, and I'm so fascinated by it. But then I look back, oh shoot, I only have like an hour until work. So let's get into section 1, media. So obviously you want to open up your video editor, right? For me, I use DaVinci Resolve. I think it's the best one out of After Effects, all that, you know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. It works best for me and allows me to create at the level that I need to. So I use DaVinci Resolve, and what I did before any of this process was make a video template. This will save you so much time. I'll show you guys right now. I literally have a template where I have all of the files and video media that I use very frequently. So for instance, I use all this camera stuff, you know, the camera filters and everything in this section right here. This is just to make the video look fancy. Over here is my text, so I have over here is like my text, so I have like text counters, I have text templates that I saved, I have my scriptures over here, some of my graph stuff. As you guys can see, it does this right here, boom, feel me? All of this is just stuff that I frequently use, and if let's say if I was using this stuff for this, you're probably gonna see this stuff in this video, I'll just exchange it for the files that I really want to use in the current video. So I think these are super important. And we also have, you know, like video effects and B-roll. I have some B-roll that I've used previously that I think these are really good, so I wanted to save them if I ever wanted to use them for a video. It's so easy in the middle of your editing process to go ahead and film a B-roll or grab B-roll from like stock footage in the middle of it. But when you know what you're talking about, you'll have stuff already pre-made, so you can just drag and drop literally. And then once you make your template, if you're using DaVinci, you can actually make timelines. So you can create another timeline by pressing this plus button right here, and you can make a new timeline. So you can literally just click from timeline to timeline. I go from here, copy whatever I want, paste it into my video, and there you got a video template. Now I'm going to show you guys the media. So now we're actually going to edit one of the videos that I'm going to post for you guys before this one. You guys can basically rank my edits. You can judge it. What we're going to do now is edit the video that comes before this one right here. You guys will see the process one, but also you'll be able to, you know, see how good this method really plays out. So boom, you know what I'm saying? This is literally right before church. You know what I'm saying? So I got my little church fit on, feel me? I dragged the media in the file, and now we got everything here that we need. I'm gonna go drag this up to expand it, and that is pretty much the media section. We're gonna come back to this right here with all the sections and everything. This is gonna be super important. You don't need to use it yet, but this is going to be key at some point, so make sure you save it. Let's get into section 2, cutting. So I know I did nothing. I didn't put any sound effects, music, any of that type of stuff, because that's for the creative section. That's next. Right now, we're just trying to do the most boring part of the video, the editing and the trimming and the cutting out the dead space and cutting out the things where I stutter. It's natural, y'all. This thing is probably the most boring part of the process because ain't nobody trying to, you know, watch the video back and forth to see if there's any stutters or anything. We ain't trying to, yeah. So what I did was I invested $312 into this app right here. I know it's free, but if you get the paid version, right, you get the paid version, you're able to actually cut it with AI. I'm a huge believer that time is more valuable than money. Money is obviously the thing that has value in this world, but if you can spend $300 to cut your editing short in half, oh my gosh, I'd do it again. That's what people don't understand. When you're trying to do business, you have to invest into what you do so that you can save time. Now, I'm sure there's other free AI sources, but just to stay in one editor, I thought to invest the $300 to go get this right here, and it's called Transcribe with Speaker Detection. It's so good, y'all. So instead of like, you know, having to whiff through and like, you know, I'll go over here, oh, let me trim this out, and go over here, trim this out, feel me? You will have to do part of that, but what you can do actually is go right here, and it's literally gonna transcribe your whole video, bro. Just give me like, you know, 30 seconds, wait till this thing loads up, whatever. All right, here he is. It transcribed the whole thing for me. So I'm gonna put a 17-minute timer because I actually do gotta go to church in it. But we transcribed the whole audio, and this is really cool, not just to see all the text and everything. You use the captions for it for sure, but the point of this is if you go to this X right here, it allows you to cut out any dead space. So these dots right here represent like kind of like the dead space in the video, and what you can do is you press the X, and as you guys can see, bro, it literally just whiffed up all of the most of the editing they gotta do. We often spend that money on like things like fast food and stuff like that, but if you really devoted that money to your process and your business and everything, hey, that's an investment. Anyways, so this video pretty much got sifted through, and all I have to do is ripple edit the other things that I don't want to use. And how you ripple edit, I I even forgot the actual command, but what I did was I programmed the left side of my mouse right here to edit my videos. I'm gonna put an image on your screen so you guys see what I'm talking about. But I literally can delete the parts that I don't want in my video in one click. So for instance, I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. Bam, just like that, you know, so I just press a button on my mouse. How you get this to work is you wanna go to this section over here that says DaVinci Resolve, and then you wanna click on keyboard customization. And when you go on that, you're gonna press ripple in the search bar. Go to this section over here called trim, and over here you guys see this is a ripple command, and they have two sections. It's called end to playhead and start to playhead. Start to playhead means this red bar right here, anything behind this red bar right here gets cut out the video. End to playhead means anything after the red bar gets deleted. So you can set it to any command. Let's say you want to do shift and escape and shift and tab. Then there you go, you have two different commands that you remember that you can press. But the real time savvy thing that people ain't gonna give you this game. So what you want to do is go in your search bar and go in mouse settings, right? You want to go to mouse settings. Actually, I think the app is called, X mouse button control, right? And what I did, right, I created a new section over here. It's called video template DaVinci Resolve. And what I did is with my mouse, and the ones you really want to focus on is mouse buttons 4 and 5. Mouse buttons 4 and 5 is the side buttons on your mouse if you have a custom one. Basically, you want to create a new simulated key. Simulated keys are basically two buttons on your keyboard in one click of a button. So what I did, right, I told you guys my settings in DaVinci Resolve for my ripple cuts are shift and escape to trim the beginning of the part, and then shift and tab to edit the end part of the video that you don't want. And if you go to this section right here, you can see standard keys, modifier keys, or whatever. I press modifier keys, shift, and then standard keys, tab. And once you do that, you press OK. And now you have a command with your mouse button to be able to ripple cut. Why is this so important? Instead of having to, you know, press the S button and then delete and then drag it over here and then drag it back, like, you know how to do all that. The ripple stuff does a lot of the stuff that you don't need to do. So when I'm just editing my videos and cropping stuff out, I literally save myself 60% of the editing process by ripple cutting. So this is the ripple start. This is the ripple end. I cut out everything that I don't need in my video. The AI did most of it for me, but like the dead space that's in my video, you know what I'm saying, boom. I can literally just take a couple, maybe even like 20 minutes as a timer and just edit this stuff out. I think to have these little techniques you can do are gonna save you guys so much time with editing. That section right there, I know I gave you guys a whole extra breakdown. I hope it made sense. If not, let me know. Straight flowing. Unfortunately with the AI, obviously, like I said, it's not as great as a human being editing your video, but it's still a really good tool to be able to help you out with, like, you know, the cutting and the weeding out the parts you don't need. And you can also visually see like what text to use. So if I said something 3-4 times, like right here, I said something like twice, I knew this part was a mess up. So I'm gonna go press the backspace button on it, deletes it, and I'm gonna press the X button, and it drags it right back into the right space in the timeline. And then I will catch you guys when I get to the final part, the best part, which is the creativity. I'll see you guys soon. Alright, y'all, so it is nighttime right now. I'm not gonna lie, I ended up being out like the whole entire day, but I'm finally done with the cutting process. I did trim up like the, you know, the parts that needed to still be edited out and sifted through and everything. I even caught myself replaying parts to make sure that it was good. But what I like to do when I do a final like review, I put my headphones on and I listen to the video in 2x speed. How you do that? You press the L button, helps you to play it in double speed. Now that we're done with the boring part, we can get to the fun part that we look forward to, creative. This is all the motion graphics, the sound effects, the music, the color correcting, everything. And this is like the final thing for this. For me, with parts of creativity, I like to keep things simple. So I know, like, I talked in this video in like 3 points. So for each point, I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of my templates with the graphs. Here it is right here. So I'm gonna go copy this. I'm gonna go paste it on this side, and basically it'll be like for point number 1, boom. You know what I'm saying? I have the graph and like the visual that I want. So I also have a template that I created with one of my motion graphics. Where's it at? It's literally hiding from me now, of course, at all times. Oh, it was literally right after. It's this right here. So you guys can see it's the graph with the text and then the bullet points, right? So I really want to just save some time. I can just continue to reuse these graphics. Let me just go paste it right here. And we got, you know, the three tips, and I just redo the text to like 3 things I learned about YouTube. And then bam, I got literally the 3 things I want to. And I also use this effect to, you know, blur out some of the text. There we go. It blurs out like everything else, and it only shows like one of the points I wanted to make. You guys see what I'm saying? I'm breaking down how I edit my videos, but I'm not gonna like break down the whole entire edit. That would probably take an hour-long video. My goal here is to pretty much just show you guys kind of like the format of how I go about things, and how really, you know, editing and uploading consistency with quality, you know what I'm saying, still is possible by having, you know, saved techniques and just a way way of going about it. We have lives, you know what I'm saying? If we're trying to make this YouTube thing / content creator thing really work, sometimes we gotta work that 9 to 5 until our dreams can fund our 9 to 5, right? I'm gonna make a lot of new motion graphics tonight, but I'm really just gonna focus on like the basic parts. Like I can literally copy and paste this a good 3 times since I'm gonna go use these bullet point things again. And if you want to copy and paste something, you select whatever you want by dragging the cursor along it, and you press Alt, click it, and drag it again. Don't let go of Alt or else it's gonna move the file as a whole. So now I'm done with like all the graph text and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and add some my background music. I have some like already saved in like the power bins and stuff. If you already know your editor, you kind of know how to be familiar with it. I like to usually change my song whenever the topic's changing. So if I'm changing topics in each point, I like to kind of like switch the beat, you know. I'm gonna do like some stuff more. I'm not gonna do everything tonight. I'm not showcasing everything. And for the final result, y'all can go ahead and check out, the actual video. I'm gonna color code it and everything. Speaking of color coding, I like to go about color coding with, I already have a preset saved, but if you want to like figure out how to make your own preset, what you want to do is go to this color tab right here. You're gonna go to this right here, the A button right here, and press it, auto balance, and it kind of creates like a default. Oh, why is it not working? There we go. Creates like a default background. You guys see the difference though? Let me show you guys, with color correction, without color correction, with color correction, without it. Like, this is actually a really good like color code, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna do is if I like it, I'm gonna go right click and press grab still. I actually grabbed a few stills. Some of them were for screenshots for videos, but some of them was just because I kind of like this, you know what I'm saying? I can go apply this for literally every single one. If I want to apply that for more parts of my video, I press control and select any part of the video that I like. And I'm gonna go press the still on it that I got over here, and I'm gonna right click it and press apply grade, and it's gonna apply the same color code to all these sections that I selected. Editing, like I said earlier, is about 65% of the process of putting out a video, and most of that 65% of the time you're going to be chopping up this video, so it takes time. I'm looking tired now, so since I have work tomorrow, I'm gonna save most of the creative process for tomorrow, but I kind of just wanted to give you guys the general basis of how to go about editing a video. Definitely do not forget to use sound effects. We definitely need those sound effects on our videos. We plan all the sound effects need be. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is like the simple stuff. Now I gotta do, all the zoom edits, all the motion edits. And then tomorrow I'm just gonna add some like finishing touches, make it a little fancy for y'all. Doing this simple process, like I told you guys earlier, of media, cuts, and creativity. Those are the 3 things. For me personally, the pressure is off just a little bit when I'm not so focused on doing all 3 in one day or all in one sitting. Like sometimes I like to break it off. If I had a less of a busier day, I probably would have just edited the whole thing in one day so I could post it like same day. This technique just helps me to stay focused and helps me to have a frame of reference of where I'm at. I already know I'm in the creativity section, so tomorrow it's straight creativity. That's it. I already did everything else. But these are just some of the tools and techniques that I personally use on my day-to-day. Check out this video right here to find out the best free tools that every creator is taking advantage of right now. I'll see you guys in that video. See you there.